Okay, hi everyone. I think I'm on live now. If you could just write something in the column, I think someone's watching, to make sure that everything's streaming okay. I'm not very good with technology, so let's see how that goes. But anyway, hi and welcome. I'm Gillian Smith. I'm part of the AshworthScott Life Sculpting team. And it's thanks to Nahkila that I'm on here tonight to show you and help engage with people to release any energy blocks or any hoocher, as they call it, that negative energy that we have stuck in our energy field. So we'll be discussing things like that tonight. Oh, yeah, so Nahkila's on. Yeah, okay, so that's good. Everyone can see. So welcome. And from my last live that I did, I went in to discuss about energy and how energy can affect us, things that gets imprinted and stuck in our energy field, and how we can attract the like for like. So we'll be touching on that a little bit. I'll go over it a little bit in a bit, but I'm going to start off just by going over what we're going to discuss tonight. So I've been led by Spirit to discuss, oh, hi Tealin. I've been led to discuss how empaths, how we can actually deal with any energy and any crises that come onto us, because as empaths, we attract a lot of negative energy, and we can find it really hard to release and let go of that sometimes. So we'll go into that. And I'll also do a mini healing session. Unlike the one that I've done before, it will be all together. So instead of doing a releasing healing session and then discussing and then going on to like inviting all the love, self-worth and everything back in, we'll do that all together at once, and then we'll do a bit of discussion at the end. Okay, so as I said, I'm with AshworthScott Life Sculpting. You'll find me on that website. So if you would like to book a healing session with myself, you can go on there and book through that website. And yeah, so you can also, that is for a full session in either in my own treatment room or distance healing through YouTube or some kind of device that we can see each other on. But also from tonight, we're offering like mini sessions, $20, that we can get in touch after tonight and sort out a time that we can do this privately too. So tonight with the healing session, it's not going to release any imprints that we have. All it's going to do is just clear some of that hoocher that we have in our energy field, anything that we've been carrying around that is not serving us anymore, that we can release. So so the big thing that I help with and I can guide people and support them with is to release the imprints that we've gathered over the years from any kind of trauma, disease, just anything that has happened to us that's been negative, and we just seem to attract that kind of energy all the time, so we can release that. So anyway, on my last live, we talked about energy and what it can do. Now, with energy and it being an empath, we can attract so much, and most empaths are like givers, so they are there and they will give so much and forget about themselves. They will also feel the need to be a rescuer, to stop people being a victim anymore, and it's give all the time. So this kind of energy can be very draining. So with the energy discussions and how we can stop giving so much and to protect ourselves, this is a really good way to just have an insight and just be reflective of ourselves really, and realize what we're doing, how we can do this, and how we can see it rather than just accepting it. So with the energy discussions, we've said about the Mother Earth, Pachamama, her energy field is exactly the same as a human. It's exactly the same as a tree. Anything that's alive have these energy fields. So everything that's alive can have these imprints. So if you think about how humans, how we're really sick at the minute because we have so much bad energy, bad hoochah surrounding us. Imagine what Mother Earth feels like if that would be 8 billion times over, you know. So no wonder she is so sick. You know, nobody's really talking about the energy of our Mother Earth, you know, which needs to be discussed. It needs to be released. We need to heal, and she will help to heal too. So this is like my big thing. You know, I feel her pain. I feel people's pain because I'm an empath, which most empaths do, and it's really, really hard to deal with when you have no idea what's going on, or you don't protect yourself enough, and you really don't know how to heal. So it's really tiring. It's just a really negative effect. You feel it's a curse rather than a gift that we all have. You know, for example, for myself, I was going through a bad time, and I was just looking around the world at different people and thinking, oh my goodness, how are we going to survive this? This is awful. This is a terrible place. So I was just sat there and I was like, nothing's going to help. We're doomed. And then it was shown to me where I was sat there, eyes closed, meditating, and I could see all these tiny, tiny lights everywhere, all around the world. And these were shown to me as other light workers, other empaths that are here to help heal people, to help heal the earth, you know, just to have a better place for everyone to live, to heal. And it just gave me that reassurance and positivity that we can actually help ourselves. We can do this. We are better people. We're meant to live better. You know, every single one of us has the capability to heal. And it was just so lovely to see. The feeling that I got was overwhelming. It was just so beautiful. And that's what I'd like to share with everyone today, so that everyone can get that chance, that feeling, to know that you're not alone. You know, it's such a gift to be an empath, to have this intuition, these abilities. It's just knowing how to use them, how to protect yourself, and just letting things go, instead of carrying it with you, which we all tend to do. So I know most people will know what an empath is. So we'll just go over sort of signs that, I'm an empath. That sounds like me. So I'll just get this question out there. Does everybody know, is an empath? Do they have these feelings that are overwhelming, like negative energies, that they feel they pick up on everything if they go out socializing, that they can pick up people's energies? If you'd just like to write in the column and let me know, and if anyone has actually had any problems trying to release these energies, that they seem to absorb them and they're stuck and they can't shake them off. So ever since I was a child, I've had the ability of intuition. I didn't really know what it was. It scared me, and I felt like it was a curse for me rather than a gift. So I'd bury it, and then a crisis would come up, and then it would come up again, and then you'd bury it again, and then it would come up again. So, you know, it's spirit in you, it's your own soul, saying this is your time. It gives you clues. Everything has a purpose. You know, I was here to be a light worker, empath, to have this purpose. So yeah, so as a child, it was really overwhelming to pick up on people's energies and not know that's what I was doing. I would hold on to them. I'd get very sad, very upset around people, you know, listening to conversations and what they said, and I'd be like, well, you know, but you don't really mean that. I know you don't mean that. Why are you lying? You know, I could never ever come out and say it, but that's, you know, I picked up on that energy. I spotted it straight away, and it was quite frightening until I got older and started to learn what was going on. I still couldn't handle the pubs very well. Being in crowded areas, it was quite overwhelming picking up on these energies until quite a few years ago, where I started my healing process and realised, well, yeah, you know, I've been taking all this personally. I've been collecting it, absorbing it, and keeping hold of it. I was so tired. I was lethargic. It was, you know, I was a bit of a mess. And so I chose to heal. I chose to release it all. And today, you know, it's great. I'm here to help people. And I know this, you know, being an empath is a beautiful gift to have. It just can be very overwhelming at times. And this is what we need to do to release and get rid of that to help us on our way, on our healing journey. So Tia Lynn said she's totally relate and felt super absorbent today. I got a flu shot and a TB test. It was really interesting that the overwhelming energy came through. Since healing, it hasn't felt so overwhelming. Yeah, that's right. It's, you know, it's just about healing and releasing that energy, that it won't make you feel overwhelming anymore. You know, when you are an empath, you're a giver, you can unconsciously attract takers, and you've probably heard of the term energy vampires. You can attract these people, and again, these people don't mean to be like this. You know, as humans, we are not meant to be so negative. You know, we're meant to be here to have an experience, but we've just been so sick and overwhelmed that you know, these negative energies come out. So they don't mean to be energy vampires. It's just a case that they're so unhealed too. You know, so they do need help, but you know, empaths need to take care of themselves first before they can help anyone else, because you know, you've just got to take care of yourself first. So yeah, so I wrote a few things down to say that about empaths. We're highly sensitive beings. We can pick up on other people's energies and how they are feeling, if they're angry, upset, happy. You know, unconsciously, people pick that up too. So you know, when you don't realise that you're an empath or that this is happening, you unconsciously pick it up anyway. Yeah, so we're highly intuitive, and we can pick up, like when I was a child, I could tell if someone was lying. You know, I probably should have been a detective or something. That would have been a really cool job. But yeah, I could pick up on the lies and everything that wasn't being told. So it's like if someone was trying to hide something, I would know instantly that they were hiding it rather than, you know, explaining themselves. So again, we're being givers. It's really hard to come out of that role, to come out of the rescuer role. When I've sort of like realized I was an empath, I became this rescuer, this person that needed to be there for people and rescue and help them heal, and you know, just be there for them. But unfortunately, I was never there for myself, and you know, we can't carry on like that. With all these lights all over the world helping people, but we can't help people if we don't see to ourselves first. So we can be introverted. quite shy, which is very much me when growing up too. I'm still quite shy. It's hard to go live, things like this, but I must admit, doing this work, it really does help, because I know it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I know will help people, and something that I know I'm good at. It's something I was born to do. So this going on live and talking about energy, talking about healing, it's a real passion of mine. It's something that everybody should experience. It's priceless, you know, to think how many people are so sick out there, that this work is absolutely priceless. Yeah, you tend to find you need a lot of space and time to sort of like readjust. Normally that space you will find in nature. You go down to the beach or you take a walk in the forest. It's something to recharge your batteries, something that your connection with the earth, your connection with the elements help you release this hoocher that you're carrying around, and help you get back to how you are. So if ever you feel ever overwhelmed and things just don't feel right for you, it is true. You know, take a walk in nature. It does really, really help. You know, there's plenty of space out there for people to go. There's plenty of people that you can get in touch with. You know, before I met Nahkila and the rest of the team, you know, you're pretty isolated, really. You find these pockets of people now and again that are very like-minded, and it's great that you can that you've attracted each other and you can help each other as well. And there's a support system there. It's really important as an empath to have that. So yeah, sensitive emotions. We can be very sensitive at times. So I know before I was on my healing process that I used to take things personally, which doesn't help. When you start to take things personally, you start to absorb it more. You start to become more negative. Your self-worth goes down. You can't. I don't know. It's hard to make friendships or anything like that because your self-worth is so low. So, you know, if you're starting to take things personal, then it's time that you definitely need healing. You know, every single one of us is a bit broken, you know, through trauma, disease, whatever it is that's gone on in life. Every single one of us is broken. And it's so important to be on this healing process until you release this energy that's making you feel that way. Then you're never really going to get anywhere. Your crisis is going to keep coming up. So how the shamans put it is, it's like your bucket gets filled with all this hoocha, all this bad emotion, and once it gets to the top, that's when it overflows and you hit a crisis point. And if you don't learn from that, then the teacher will keep coming, your bucket will keep getting filled, and you have crisis after crisis after crisis until you release that. You let go of the roles of being a rescuer, a victim, or a perpetrator. You know, you've got to let go of everything like that, and everything that can attract those kind of things that need to be let go. So yeah, it's quite tough. When you hear all this about being an empath, but once you realize it, you heal and you let it go, then it's such a beautiful experience to have and be. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone has any questions on that either. So okay. Also Diamond saying, how did you begin to sort out feelings? So I guess what happened with me was I started going through different crises. So my bucket would fill, crisis, fill again, crisis. And it got to the point where it was like, this just doesn't seem right. It's not right. You know, I thought everybody had the ability to see and feel people's energies, people's emotions, but they didn't, you know. So I just thought I was going crazy. You know, I had no one to talk to about it either. So, like, when my crisis kept coming up, I'd had enough by then, and it was like, this is not what life is meant to be. You know, I know I'm here for something else. I'm not here to be like this. So I just started investigating, reading up, doing my own research, looking at things in a different way, being more open-minded about things, reduced my limited beliefs, and just was able to let go of certain things that when I let go of some of these negative energies, I was able to introduce more positive ones. I could see better, I could feel better. Once you start on that road of letting go and releasing, then the good energy and everything that will serve you will start coming in, and then that's it. It was just like a ball. It just kept going and going, and that was probably my early 20s. And then, you know, I'd had a couple of crises then. After that, I suffered with postnatal depression a couple of times, which were pretty bad. And then it was like, boom, that's it, I'm done. So I started to look into different alternative medicines and become a Reiki practitioner. And yeah, just being involved with different kinds of people who thought differently, who could see things differently. Yeah, so the ball was rolling even more. And then one day, our son was bit on the face by our dog. So this was like a big crisis that happened to. So he was bit. So his whole, it was a big dog, so all his face ended up in the dog's mouth. And it was just horrifying. It was a really horrible experience. Anyway, he was okay. Luckily, it just missed his eyes, so he was okay. Just a few scars. But that night, I slept with him in the bed just to make sure he was okay. And everything was going through me emotion-wise, you know, guilt, anger, upset, you know, you name it, every kind of emotion was going on. And then all of a sudden, I could feel like someone had just sat at the end of the bed. I couldn't look, I was too terrified. And I was like, oh my gosh, who was that? Who was that? And then all of a sudden, I could feel a hand on my knee that was sticking out the bed. And the most amazing feeling just came right through me. Everything that I was feeling, the guilt, everything negative, just disappeared. And it just filled me with the most amazing amount of gratitude and love and everything that is so high vibrational. Nothing bad could ever penetrate that. It was just the most amazing feeling I've ever felt in my life. And so that was the big turning point where it was like, yeah, okay, that's a pretty big message. And that's when I met up with Nahkila, and I did some shaman training, and I've just carried on doing energy work, reflexology, you know. And what I find is a big help is every morning that I wake up, I say a prayer of gratitude. I'm always thankful. Every night before I go to bed, I say a prayer of gratitude. Anything that happens in the day that's positive or is good, I say I thank, and I'm so filled with gratitude. It feels like you fill yourself up with gratitude, that nothing else can fill that space, nothing else can get in. So your healing journey will continue throughout your life. No one will ever really be truly healed, because when you find something will trigger you, you need to step back and look and think, okay, I thought I'd healed that part. You know, why is that triggering me? What is it that I still need to release from that? Rather than looking at it from a hateful aspect, from a negative aspect. You look at it from an aspect of a lesson and think, okay, how can I get through this? How can I manage it? And then it just carries on, and you can do that each time. You know, I've cleared a lot of imprints out of my energy field. And oh, hey Emily, thank you. So yeah, I've cleared a lot of imprints through help from my shaman friends. So once you clear those imprints, you can feel and think more clearly. You can really help yourself. Another good thing that I do is that really helps is if I feel this amazing emotion that comes over me. It's every day, where I'm so grateful. I pass it straight back down to Mother Earth. She gets it right back again. She needs all the help she can get. So that is another thing. Your thought process, my whole brain, I feel like has been rewired. My thought process is totally different to what it was before I started on my healing journey. But it works. It really, really does work. Okay, so that and sort of answered you that, Diamond. Is that yeah? Most people don't like to admit that part themselves. Yeah, that's right. You know, there's light and dark in every single one of us. It just depends which wolf you feed. You know, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people feeding the wrong wolf at the minute. There's a lot of outside environmental issues going on that is not helping us. So the more light workers, healers around here, those lights that I saw, the more of us, the better. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. And there's Phyllis as well. Yeah. Hi, Phyllis. So hi everyone who's on. So yeah. So if anyone else has got any questions about that, you know, just write it in the column. I also want to say my family and I have just come back from an amazing trip in Florida. We've been to Disney, so it was absolutely amazing. But also what came to light while I was there in the Magic Kingdom, there was just so many people. It was so crowded. My husband started to get sort of irritable because it was just so busy. He was tired. I was tired. The kids were tired. But what made me see and realise that there's a lot of people out there who are so self-absorbed and, you know, and self-entitled. It was really, really clear that I could see it there for some reason in that park. It was really evident. And going back again quite a few weeks ago, when I was probably a couple of years ago, actually, time's flying, that like I would get triggered by people who felt they were so self-entitled to something. I'm not talking basic human rights, anything like that. This goes above and beyond, you know, and it would really trigger me, and I'd be thinking, why is this? Why am I like, why am I bothered by this so much? And then I would sit and think and I'd meditate and I'd go, okay, yeah, I know why it's triggered me so much. Because at the time in my early 20s, when I was at probably my lowest, where I was so self-loathing of myself, my self-worth was so low. But yet at that age, I still felt very entitled. You know, I was very self-absorbed, like that late teenage to early 20s kind of age group we are. You do feel like that, and you know, thankfully I grew out of it. But then I realised why it triggered me so much. It was the part of me that I really disliked, the part that I knew was the worst part that in my life that I felt. And then it was like, okay, well, you know, these people obviously feel self-loathing, self-worth is zero, you know, and it's not a case of looking at these people and thinking, oh my gosh, look at you. It's a case of you know, I can feel your sickness. I can feel how sad you are, you know, for you to be like this. It must be really, really sad. And it was just like amplified in the Magic Kingdom, because there were so many people there. You all want to have a good time. You all want to try and do as much as you can, you know, but you physically can't. And that's what was coming through for me really bad. And I thought to myself, if I wasn't on my healing journey, if I hadn't realised that, then it would have been a pretty bad experience. You know, I wouldn't have felt as good as I did about it, even though I was really, really busy that day. So yeah, when we look at people who, you know, who are like that, then, you know, it's a realization that there's a sickness in there, that there's a future, there's an imprint, you know, things that need to be released. You know, so you can look at people without judgment, you know, when you look at it from a perspective of, yeah, you're carrying around a lot of bad energy there. You know, you've got imprints. I understand. It's fine. You know, I just don't let that bother me anymore like I did. I don't let it come into my energy field. I protect myself, and what people are going through. I was there too. Probably most of us was there too. So can anybody relate to that? Or understand what I was saying? That, you know, there's bad energy out there, not through anyone's doing, anyone's fault. Unfortunately, these things just happen. So yeah, so Emily Serge said, I find that too. When you sit back and just observe without judgment, like you said, you can respond accordingly instead of reacting. It is cool to be able to notice a change in yourself. I noticed about that myself recently as well. Yeah, and it's a case of accepting that, realizing and letting go. You can't hold on to anything. You can't take anything personal. You know, whatever is going on in someone else's life, it's their life, and until they are ready to heal, there's not a lot you can do about it, as long as you protect yourself and just know that unfortunately it's these things. It is liberating to be able to do that. Yeah, it is very liberating. You know, to be able to see this way, and you know, that this world doesn't need any more hate. It doesn't need any more judgment. You know, during my shaman training, you know, we were taught non-attachment, the beauty way, you know, non-judgment, and it is really, really true. You know, once you can get through that and realize, you know, that what has been happening to ourselves over the years, you know, it is really liberating. It is a great feeling that you have. So yeah, so does anybody have anything else? Because I was going to suggest to do a little mini healing session. It's only going to take about 10 minutes. So I'll sit here, hold sacred space. We're in a safe environment. I've called in the directions. We're going to release anything that we feel has been attached to us from other people, from the environment, anything that you've witnessed or that, you know, we're going to help and release that. And then sort of partway through, we'll sort of stop releasing and just open ourselves up to self-love and self-worth that we are, the acceptance of an empath, the acceptance that we are not here as rescuers. We are here as an empath. We're here to do a job, not to be everybody's rescuer. You just can't do that. It's impossible. But the more of us out there are that are on a healer journey, the better this will be. The more, you know, the more people will see. You know, I think everyone may have seen the part where the empath comes and we can see the darkness just coming up, that like so negative, and then they meet their dog and the dog absorbs all the negative energy and they become happy again, you know. So it's sort of like that. It's releasing this negative energy and everything that we've held on to for so long. Again, this will not release and get rid of an imprint that we have in our energy field. We all have imprints, and we normally find those with triggers. What we get triggered with. So you will still get triggered, you know, just as long as you realize that, you know, not to react, as Emily said, you know, observe, what is this teaching me? Yeah, so we're just going to release some of that hoocher. So if everybody's ready to sit back, relax. If you can lay down, that would be great. I will let you know when it's over, and you know, you will feel yourself intuitively. You will feel yourself releasing things, and you will feel a point where it's like, yeah, okay, I could maybe stop now, and I can bring everything in. Everything in that's our self-worth, the self-love, protection, everything like that we can bring in. So again, it's only going to be about 10 minutes long. Yeah, so get yourselves ready, and I will be here holding a sacred space. If anything comes through, I will let you know. And yeah, so I'll be closing my eyes. The best way to do it is close your eyes, and if anything comes through, it would be great if you could let me know what comes through. You can write it down there on the side. That'd be great. Okay, so everyone sit back and relax. Okay, everyone, you can start taking some breaths and just come back into yourself and start waking up and see how you feel. Okay. So how's everyone doing? Anybody feel anything different? Did they feel a bit of release come away? Did they see anything? I'll just discuss what I felt and what I saw. During the part of releasing, I felt I could hear this just endless chatter and people's faces, and it felt like a tornado of voices and faces coming around and then just lifting out and coming away. That's what it felt like for me. And then during the time of bringing everything back in that serves us, I got the spirit animal of eagle, and that seemed to be for everybody that was here that we've been doing this. So eagle was there to help us regain our strength, our abilities that we have as an empath, help guide us, show us the connection, that we are here for a reason. If you get a chance, maybe look up what eagle spirit animal means, and that should help you, and just maybe look back and think about that one if you're having a difficult time. Okay, so I'll just see what everyone is saying. Okay, so Nahkila said thank you. She's about to start driving again, but she feels so relaxed and really good. I felt the release mostly in my head, which makes sense. So yeah, there can be a lot of chatter going on in our heads. Okay, Chris, my husband, is saying Laura the garbage truck. Got to let them pass until they are ready. Yeah, so true. We can't be a rescuer anyway. If someone isn't ready, and that is normally the case, it's only when they are ready to do that, and when they've stopped lying to themselves, and it looks like my son's been on an amazing job, Mom. Thank you very much. You too. Okay. So anyone considering a personal session? Yeah. So go for it, because the group healing is good, but the one-on-one is out of this world amazing. Thank you, Nahkila. Yeah. A one-on-one healing session will really benefit anybody. As I said before, we are all a bit broken. We all have imprints, that this group session will help release some of that negative energy, but it will never clear an imprint. So things that you find you keep getting triggered by or keep attracting things to, it's because of these imprints. So the healing session will get rid of that. Okay, Emily. So the eagle brings a message of renewed life because it's associated with the east winds, the direction of spring, dawn, and rebirth. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely when I call in 4 directions, the eagle is always to the east. And when we release things, that can be released to the east too. And they said, thank you, Gillian. I feel great now. I'm happy that I showed up just in time to take part. So that's good. Thank you, Emily. And again, you can watch this session. It's recorded, but it will be on Nahkila's site on YouTube, their page. So again, I'm going to be finishing soon, but I just want to go over what you can do to help yourselves if you ever feel overwhelmed by being an empath. Think of what we've done tonight. It can only take 5 minutes to do. Take a breath in and just release everything. Close your eyes, sit somewhere quiet if you're able to. If not, then just do your breathing exercises. Just breathe it out, let it go, release everything. Don't hold on to that. And then just bring in everything that you want it to be replaced with, your own self-love, your own self-protection, your self-worth, everything. So Emily's just said, I just copied that from the Google search, but rebirth and metamorphosis is a recurring theme for me right now. I'm not surprised, and we'll go back and check out the replay. Yeah, great. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, just go back, check it all out. I do like to rabbit on a bit, so, you know, just try and bear with me on that. So when you're finding yourself in a situation where you're feeling overwhelmed, if you can, take yourself out of that situation and away from the noise, which is so much better. But if you can't, you can still do it. You can still feel your energy field, feel your aura around you. Just close your eyes, imagine it, bring it in close. Don't leave it out in the open. Bring it in close to you and hold it to you. You know, just know that nothing is ever personal. It's not about you, it's always about them. And just remember that, let it go. Look at it from another perspective. Look at it through non-judgment, non-attachment. And, you know, this will all start to help. The more you do it, the better you will become at it, the more you can see it straight away. You can see the energy vampires straight away. You can see the takers straight away, and you can flick that switch. And not that they're going to be there to help them. That's not the point of this. The point is to keep yourself protected, so that you are not drained yourself, because you're not going to help anyone if you're drained. Okay. So my son said, amazing job, Mum. It was great. You helped a lot of people today. Well done. I love you with all my heart. And you too, Dad. Well, thank you, Niall. He's a sweetheart. He's another empath in the making too. So Nahkila's just put on the link for the AshworthScott Life Sculpting website. You can get a mini session which will last about 15-20 minutes for people. That's $20 to do a mini session like this. That won't clear an imprint, but it will help to be a bit more detailed and a bit more private, one-to-one. And such a kids, yeah, they are great. Thank you. And yours too, they're lovely. But yeah, and then I also do one-on-one sessions, whether it's in a treatment room or long distance. And the whole list of what I do is on the AshworthScott Life Sculpting website. And you know, this work is priceless. I never thought I would be in this position that I am today. Everything about it I love. It just encompasses so much more than my life. It's just grown everything. You know, it's a whole new perspective on things. So you can check those out, and I'd love you to book an appointment with me. That's what I'm here for. I'm not a rescuer anymore. I am an empath still, but I'm here to help and do whatever I can to help ourselves and our Mother Earth. You know, we are connected after all. Okay. So if anyone else has got any questions, I am going to finish in the next couple of minutes. So if you want to ask anything or say anything, how you feel, I'd really like to know how you feel if you managed to do that little exercise. Just put a comment in the column and let me know. It would be nice to know. If not, no problem. You can always get in touch with me through the website or on Facebook. I am on Facebook too under Sacred Energy Healing. But yeah, it's so because I'm speaking into my phone, but the link I shared is actually the link for a full session with you. Okay. So the mini link, I don't think we have. I've got access to the mini link at the minute. but I can share it on here. I'm not very good with technology. It really, we repel each other sometimes, I think. So I will put on the link for the mini session on here after the live when I can, because I don't know how to do it now. So okay, so Nahkila said if she can grab it, she'll put it on too. But I will put it on, and you can look at the replay as well. So yeah, so has anybody got any questions for me? Any insights? If anything resonated, if there's anything you'd like to know, just please, yeah, just go ahead and type it in. I'm here for a couple more minutes. So yeah, so I'd just like to thank everyone for coming on tonight. I know taking time out, busy schedule, it can be quite challenging. You know, my kids weren't very happy about going to bed, but I see Nala's online anyway. But yeah, you know, it's so important to do this kind of work for ourselves, because if we didn't, there would be no lights around the world to help. I would not like to think what the world would be in, what the state of the world would be in if we didn't have these light workers, these empaths, people that really do want to heal. Okay, so Emily's got, I would love to talk to you about a private session in the new year. Yeah, that would be lovely. Yeah, just send me a message. Hope you and your family have a lovely holiday season. Thank you, Emily, and you have a great Christmas, great holiday. Thank you. Yeah, just send me a message. That would be lovely. Yeah, so if no one else has got anything that they would like to say, you can always get in touch with me through the website or through Facebook and let me know. But again, thank you so much for being on. I don't know if anyone is on from the UK. You know, the time difference there, it's what, 1 o'clock in the morning now. So yeah, so thank you for staying up and coming on. I know my mum was trying to get on. And yeah, it's been really lovely to work with you, and hopefully you will be on next time. And I will put on the link for the mini session for everyone to see. Again, it's only $20, you know. So, but as I said before, this work is absolutely priceless. Everyone should feel better about themselves. Yeah. So thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. And I shall see you all soon. Thank you very much, and good night, everybody.